What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, Brady09, and I'm back with something new. I'm sure some of you just love Minecraft. I'm sure some of you love Terraria. For this case, I'm going with the second option. So, yes, I know. So many things. Don't worry. I'm gonna start a whole new thing. Now, this game, oh my god, it is great, let me tell you. Let me tell you. You don't know. Let's fucking go random. That works. Alright, cool. So, well, you know what? Let's see if I can do this. I can. Now, in case you guys want to add me on Steam, this is what my username is. I'm probably going to add a link eventually, but for right now, I'm just going to leave it. As you can see, it's this character right here. And I'm going to create a whole new world just for you guys. Gonna make it large. I might do expert eventually. But for right now, we're just doing this. Now, I've gotten tired of this game a while back because they just didn't add updates for months on end. But finally they added an update, and that update really got me back into it. But I've officially burned out. But I plan on doing a multiplayer thing with one of my friends. I'm sure he's probably going to be watching this. So yeah, right now I'm waiting for him to get a mic. Well, better mic than what he has. And in the meantime, I've just been playing Skyrim and Terraria and barely... Well, I haven't been playing Terraria. I've been barely playing Project Zomboid. I don't know what it is about that game dying every time. That just puts me off. So, yeah. But anyway, I don't have to worry about... Well, I do have to worry about dying. I don't have to worry about permadeath in this. I have it softcore, so I only lose money. So that's good. So yeah. That's good. So we're just gonna start out. Now if you haven't played Terraria before, let me tell you, you're missing out. If this is your first time seeing it, then you've been missing out a lot. It seems like it's a little choppy. Then again, it seems recording, obviously, does some shit to your performance, so yeah. So, for right now, this is literally what you're going to be seeing. I'm almost getting 60 frames a second. I'm getting like 58 and 59, which is fine. Now things do seem slow, I know. We'll fix that when we get to it. We can't do anything about it right now, we really can't. So for right now, I think this will be where I'm gonna build. Because normally when you start Terraria, first day, just like Minecraft, focus on building a house. Now, this sword, it's not the greatest. Let me tell you. It's not. Like, it's just a little... It's basically like a knife. But let me tell you, it's quick. I'm pressing tab. E, yeah, put E. Now, I have mapped out keys. I'm gonna show you guys that. Let's go to controls. There are my hotkeys, in case you want to know. That's new though. I haven't seen that. That's new. So, I do have it paused, so whenever I go into my inventory, it pauses. Obviously, this doesn't work in multiplayer, because then literally every time somebody accessed their inventory, it would pause the fucking game. So, dying is a real thing right now. I could very easily die. That's my health up there, in case you weren't paying attention. Then I have something called mana. Normally you don't get mana right away. Well, in previous versions you didn't get used to it. You used to not get it right away. Jesus, I just cannot talk. But don't mind me. Don't put that off. Just don't let that put you off. Now we're not gonna go. No, we're not gonna build here. This is on the verge of a desert, and that's no bueno. No bueno. So we're going to go over here. Now, as long as you don't hit the slimes, they don't aggro on you, but they will do damage to you if you walk up to them. So right now we got 100 wood. Now, first thing you want to do, always, make a crafting bench. Alright now, if you're new to this, then this is the whole thing. Mushrooms, they heal. Then eventually you can make potions, but we're not getting to that right now. We will worry about that later. So, for right now, I'm probably just gonna build a square house, well, a rectangle. Just the basics. Eventually, I'll prettify it up, make it look good. But for right now, I don't have that luxury, so I can't do any of that. But for right now, we're not gonna make the house too big, but we're gonna make it big. If you catch my drift. Now, sunflowers, yes, you can pick those up. Don't worry about that worm. That's what that thing is right there that I just killed. Let that slime go over. Come on. I want to make sure I don't hit the slime. So, now. Let him jump over me. There we go. Now we're going to build. I'm going to turn that off. If you hit control, I think that's the default. You can do smart cursor, which as implies is a smart cursor. Now this isn't going to be the final size, I'm just doing this right now because I don't have anything else to do. So once you have a base of operations set down, put down the crafting table. And oh my god, look at all this stuff. Yes, I know. All very confusing. Now, if you don't like this puny little knife, craft this. Trust me, it's better. Now, I didn't get a good one, so I'm going to... Legendary! Perfect. Second try. Now, just put this in there. That's a trash can. Now, legendary, that's literally the best enchantment you can get. All this stuff has enchantments and debuffs. I got lucky. I got a decent enchantment. Yeah, decent enchantment. So, this, you can make wood armor. Don't bother with the pants. They don't give you armor whatsoever. So don't bother. Now, the wood breastplate and helm, those do give you some stuff. But we're not worried about that right now. So, I can either make stone walls or wood walls. Right now, I'm not worried about that. That's what Smart Cursor does, in case you're wondering. It does it automatically, so you don't have to hover over each individual object. And as you can see, killing things is way more easier now. Surprise, surprise. Using a puny little short sword. Not great. I'll prove why it's so shit later on. Because, like, literally in the game, they get rid of it. It's just like a thing that you can make. It's just shit. So, don't, unless you like it, don't make it. If you don't have enough materials to make the regular sword, then what the fuck are you doing? Go get more materials. That's the whole point of this. So right now we're just gonna put doors on here so I don't have to literally break through this every time I want to get in here. There we go. Perfect. Right? Wrong. Now, oh, that's new. Anyways, enemies can spawn in there. Yep. Enemies can spawn in there. So, what you want to do, if you're like me, you want to get set up. And don't worry, I'll show you how to get through your first night. It's not that hard. It's not as hard as Minecraft as it was. You know, the whole Yogs cast and all that. They did that, and they got a shit ton of views out of that, and they never continued it, because reasons. It's bullshit, but whatever. I'm not here to talk about that. So if you want some decent looking walls, you can make stone walls, you can make wood walls. There's different kinds of wood. That's clay, in case you didn't know. That's a grasshopper. I just got killed by a slime. How do I know this? I've played this game. If it wasn't evident by my millions of other characters. And yes, before you ask, my name is not Nick. If it wasn't obvious enough, it should be pretty obvious now. My name is Brady. If that wasn't evident enough. So, in case you're wondering, my cousin wanted to play Terraria because he was only able to play it on his console and he wanted to see how it was. So he did. He only did like 3 sessions of it over the course of multiple months. That was a while ago. So, yeah. Not fun. But anyway, if you're wondering why you get acorns, that's why. You have to replant trees if you want to get wood. Trust me, you want to do this. And in case you're wondering, these sunflowers grant the happy buff, which increase your movement speed and monster spawns happen less. Which is nice. And I can't plant acorns there because that little tiny patch of dirt is wall like that. And right now I don't have the means of getting rid of that, so we're not gonna bother. Now, if you're like me and you don't like the way stone wall looks, get some torches. Then make yourself a furnace. Oh, I'm not in normal mode. And I believe, there you go. You can get gray bricks. But you need 2 stone for 1 brick. But that's not the point of it. This is the point of it. Yeah, it looks nice. And that slime right there's a pinky. I'm gonna kill that. It'll take forever, but I'll kill it. I need to kill it. Come here. As you can see, it flies when you hit it. Like, it literally goes so far. And if you look, Pinky has 150 health. It'll take a while to kill. But it is more than worth your time, let me tell you. I'm gonna let it come this way. No, jump over me again. There you go. It's got 31 health left. There you go. I got 80 silver for that. And I got pink gel. Which is bouncy and sweet, apparently. And apparently gel is both tasty and flammable. Little hints on what you can craft with it. Just little hints. In case you weren't paying attention, you need gel to craft torches. Which, in case you don't know, light shit up. So in case you don't know, this is what Terraria is. Very, 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 very nice. So, now you're wondering, well, this can't be all it can be, can it? I mean, like, shit, you got so much. This is the whole map, by the way. We've only explored just the tiniest little bit of it. So obviously, that's not the entirety of Terraria. Let this guy jump over me. Now, obviously, there's little caves. Obviously, most of them don't look like this. They don't. So, if you have wood on you, which you always should have if you're going underground and you don't have some stuff later on, you should create wood platforms. I made a risky move there, but it's fine. And you can hear the music change. And that slime dropped a potion. If you looked carefully, you could see they actually had that potion in it. And if you hear that, well, let me tell you, it's not fun. That is the sound of a zombie splashing around in the water. It is not fun. Now, right now, you can't jump too high, so you gotta do little baby steps. And here's our first contestant, a zombie. Step right up! Now, you may be wondering, what does this recall potion do? Well, it teleports you home. And if you don't have a home, it teleports you back to spawn. So, good to know. And in case you don't have your torches in your inventory, you can just press shift, which brings them out for you, which is so very nice. And in case you can't tell, this is pretty much a so-called Minecraft remake. Somebody that takes on the fame of Minecraft and, you know, makes profit off of it. But let me tell you, it's not. This is way more than Minecraft. Now, there's plenty of different ores in this game, but there's two variants of each. If you don't have one, you have the other. Now, instead of tin, you would have copper. And instead of iron, you would have lead. But those come at different properties, so you know, if you look up the wiki for Terraria, you can see what each ore gives you. So instead of copper, tin is stronger than copper. And I believe lead is stronger than iron. I think. It might be the other way around. I don't know. Obviously, it's quite dark. This is to be expected. But we did our good little cave exploring right there. Let's head on home, shall we? That's a useful tip. I want to do that. And that, my friends, is a shooting star, if you saw that. And heard it. And yes, I know, things are dark. Get over it. What do you expect? It's a game. It's a Minecraft remake. Now, unlike Minecraft, things spawn. Granted, if there's light or not. Now, if you have walls on buildings, like these walls, then obviously things will not spawn. If you had walls like this, which are normally spawning, stuff will spawn behind that, so yeah. As you can see, we can craft bars. So we got a crap ton of tin. But you may be wondering, I can't make anything with it. Well, you can make a chest. But we have to get more iron before we can do anything else. And in case you're wondering, yes, you can do red brick. You just need clay. Unlike me. I don't have clay. Well, I do, but not enough. Even if I did, I wouldn't do it anyway. So there you go. Our house is now officially safe from things trying to spawn in here. And yes, if you look down on the right, you can see there's some floating eyeballs. Ooh. Now, if you're starting out like me, always go for shooting stars. And yes, I know. I know. Everyone's obviously starting out like this. Well, not exactly. You can create a character and do all this from scratch. But then you can create a new world. And put that character over on that one. That's the one thing about this. Now I'm gonna make a bow because I'm stupid enough and I forgot that I should do that. And you can create arrows easier than you can in Minecraft. All you need is wood and stone. There you have it. I got 32 shots. Now this is the alternative to just hitting him with a sword. Obviously it's better, but you need to worry about, you know, arrows and such. Which is just a real pain in the ass. It really is. So don't worry about it. So, if you haven't already, craft some armor. I know, it looks shit. Get over it. What do you expect? You can't make the most glamorous armor in the game right away. Now, if you open your inventory, you can see all this stuff. That's new. That is most certainly new. Anyway, you see all this stuff. You see your crafting right here. If you want, you can click this. This opens a little thing right there. That's cool. There's this trash can. I already explained that. This, if you have chests nearby, you can quick stack stuff that's already in there. Like say I have, I don't know, some clay in a chest. And alright, I have clay in my inventory. I can just hit this, and all the clay in my inventory will go into the chest. Quite nice. And I have coins and ammo. I have life, mana, which is obviously magic. And then I have different layouts of the map I can switch to. Obviously, I don't care. You can also hit tab. That changes it. But, we're not worried about that. We're worried about this. You go to camera mode. And you can do all this. I don't know how to do it. I don't care. There's also a housing mode. As you can see, well, this house is missing a chair. I would also say this house is missing a table. But don't worry about that. Then you have your equipment. You can have a pet, a light pet, minecart, mount, and grappling hook. Don't worry about all this stuff. Just don't worry about it. Then you have your armor. Then your accessories. And then your social accessories. And then your dyes. And then you have your total defense. So you don't have to number crunch and see which one gives you what. You just have it right there. You don't have to worry about it. But anyway, I'm done talking. Now obviously, this sword doesn't have the best knockback. It's because it's literally one of the first swords you can make. So, yes. We will worry about this later. But for right now, we're going to be killing some zombies, killing some eyes. Now, if you're lucky enough, zombies will drop their arms. And that's considered a melee weapon. That's way better than anything you can get right now. If you get that, keep it. Also, zombies drop shackles. Those are accessories. Those give you a single defense. But just like my sword, there can be enchantments on it. And obviously I'm getting crits. That's what those oranger numbers are. Like, hopefully it will come up. There we go, I got a 16. That's a crit. Also got a 12, that's also a crit. But these more yellow numbers, those are just base damage. Now obviously, 8 is the base damage. This legendary wooden sword has a 9% chance to crit. That's adding the 5% critical strike chance from the plus on the bottom in the green. That's adding that. Now don't worry, zombies can't break into your house yet, but we'll get to that later. Right now, zombies, they're kind of deadly. Like, I'll get hit here. You did 9 damage. That's a 10th of my health, pretty much. Ooh. If you get lucky enough, and a falling star comes down on an enemy, it'll do a shit ton of damage. And if you're this early on, and it hits a zombie, or a demon eye, which I didn't explain the name of them, it'll kill it instantly. Now don't worry, the star won't despawn. It'll still be there. That's the whole point of it. Now the demon eyes, they do way more damage than the zombies, so you should be more worried about them. But then again, they're more predictable than the zombies, I guess. I don't know. They don't fly at you straight. They go in a little bit of arcs. Like he's gonna bounce off the house, and then he's gonna do an arc. He's gonna come right towards me. and so on and so forth. So yeah. There's plenty of enchantments for swords and all this stuff. Like, literally almost every item can be used with an enchant or a debuff, I guess you'd call it. I don't know what you'd call it. They're called modifiers. Right now, you're lucky if you get some modifiers, like my legendary modifier, for example. Now, if I just jump over the zombie, he's just gonna keep walking. Just because it turned day. You can tell by the music being more upbeat. Such. But right now, we're not worried about that. We're gonna head back down. Now, if you want to get down your platforms, you just press S, or if you're using the arrow keys, you press down, obviously. But for right now, we're not worried about that. Now, obviously, right away, you're gonna be suffering from fall damage. This will fix later on, but right now, you can't do anything about it. Now, if you look real closely, I'll put a light up so you can see. There's a little twinkle right there. What is that, you may ask? An emerald. Yes, there's jewels. And yes, before you ask, you can do stuff with them. It should be kind of obvious that you can do stuff with them. If they're in the game, obviously you can do shit with them. And yes, you can break pots through walls. Get over it. But from what it seems, like every day seems to be half an hour. So that's good news to know. Now, don't do a straight pit down. You'll learn why later. Well, I already talked about it. Fall damage. You don't want it. It's unnecessary damage, and you're just being careless if you get it. Now, if you pay attention, you'll find ores. They're pretty easy to spot. They're drastically different from the rock that you normally see. And the dirt. And the clay. And everything else you'll see later. But right now, we're just worried about getting ore. I don't care what it is. If I can pick it up, I'll dig it. Now, of course, once you get later on in the game, you can afford to be picky. I'll have to put that torch back up. That's fine. Don't worry, that twinkle was the water. That's nothing important. It's meant to mislead you to thinking there's some loot. Now, you may be wondering, how am I going to get out of this mess? Well, I already went over it earlier. Now, normally you don't find emeralds like that on the fucking surface. I got lucky. Yeah. We'll be seeing more of that later. I don't have any more torches. Which is fine. So I could just do that. And yes, if you saw that, those numbers do come up if you're in the darkness. And you can literally be in pitch black and you would not see what you're doing. You wouldn't know. And if you've been paying attention to the background, you might notice it's a little bit different. Also, the music's changed. I'll be quiet. You know what? That seems a little low. I can turn that up. There we go. There we go. Like, yeah, now you might actually be able to hear this shit. Anyway. Yeah. Ah, here we go. As you can see, the background changes again. This is part of the underground dirt wall. And before you ask, I don't have mods. I don't really plan on having any mods. Well, not yet at least. And don't worry, there's going to be more and more caves like this later on. And in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'll show you. This wasn't intentional, but I found another cave anyway, so this works out. And yes, jellyfish do glow. To help signify caves. So, as you can see, there's water. Water. No bueno. No bueno. You don't want it. So you want to get rid of that shit. And yes, I picked up glow sticks. If it wasn't obvious enough, you can't place torches in water. You know, oxygen. The whole reason why torches don't work underwater. Yeah, that's why. So anyway. Now you want to be careful when mining sand. Because it can hurt you. Yeah, see, there you go. It did damage to me. It's because it hit me. Physics. There used to be terrible physics in this game. Well, not terrible. There used to be a point where mud had physics. And if you haven't played this game before, there's a jungle made consistently of mud. You can see where I'm going with this. The jungle turned into a disaster. So they fixed it to where mud doesn't have physics anymore. Which is good. Now if you want to get rid of water, just do that. Build way down, then you can just dig down like normal. Now, in case you're wondering, why are you mining so slow? That's because I have the starting copper pickaxe, that's why. We'll get more and more better shit as we go on. Yeah, I don't have enough yet. I need more iron specifically than anything. It'd be great if I get some other stuff too, but I somehow doubt I'm going to be finding a whole lot of that. Now, there's another cave up here. If you look closely, you can see it. I'm not gonna bother with it. There's really no point. Right now, we're just doing this to get early materials that we can not get normally. Yes, I was just talking about torches needing oxygen, so what? There. That immersive enough? Anyway, I think this is mud. No, it's just dirt. I'm being stupid. Mud is vividly different than that. Like, you can tell if it's mud. Oh, that's good. Didn't want to mine up there. That's a lot of water. In case you don't believe me. Yeah, that's water. You can tell because it's blue. Also on the map, it's blue. Blue. Alright, now that I've gotten out of the way of all this water, I can finally start heading down. Well, I would say that I've run into another cave. Which leads down anyway. Now, if you don't want to worry about that, you can just do that, and that torch goes down. You can see what's down there. Now, obviously, there's a lot of shit down there. And once you get underground, slimes become aggressive, so you want to keep that in mind. Oh, there's a little bit of lag spike there. So, you want to make sure you're ready for that. I'm gonna wait for this guy to come down here. There you go. I can very easily die here. YOLO! Yeah, there you go. There's tungsten, the next step in the ore. And this is the ice biome music. Oh, and in case you weren't paying attention, like I was, there's more emeralds here. Emeralds are one of the rare ones, even though it's clearly being contradicted right there. And there's an ice slime right there. Ice slime. Now that gave me a lot of slime, which I needed for the torches. Thankfully. That's iron, isn't it? No, that's iron. Alright. I'm sorry, it's been a while. Like, it really has. I said that about a bunch of stuff. This is more iron right here, which I do need. Iron used to look different. Like, it used to look more whitish. Now it looks more reddish. Now we do need this. Pick up all the iron or lead you can get. You're gonna need it. You'll see why. Now if you look at your pick, you can see what you can mine and can't mine. Right now, it doesn't say. Once we actually get better picks, it'll say what you can and can't mine. I might not be able to mine this tungsten. I don't know. I would hope I could, but I don't know. Now, tungsten replaces silver. Yeah, silver. Which is the next step in the ore chain. Oh, I can mine it. Sweet. This will be helpful. Now, typically, the first thing you want to make if you get ore, like a new ore that you don't have, is pick. Well, depending on your situation. If it's like literally the next step up, you can afford to wait. Because some picks, they just don't change anything. Like, they change how fast you can mine stuff, but other than that, it doesn't change too much. But for right now, I can take all the stuff I can get right now. If I can get a tungsten pick, that'd be great, but who knows? Now in the original there was just the one chain, which was copper, iron, silver, gold, platinum. Actually no, platinum wasn't a thing. Demonite. Yeah, demonite was the thing. And then hellstone, and then the hardcore stuff, which happened way later. but we're not going to get into that right now. Hellstone was spoiling a bit too much right there, in case you didn't know. There's a hell in this game. And no, Demonite does not come from there. You might think it would, but no. It comes from a completely different place. I wasn't paying attention to what type we got, but I'm probably just spouting nonsense for you guys, but some of you who've played this game probably know what I'm talking about. Like, there's two types of evil in this world. There's corruption, and then there's something else. I forget what it's called. I'm gonna have to think about it. But anyway, those are the evil of this world. That can spread. You don't want it. It's bad. No bueno. You don't want it. It just means more trouble for you. Because there's tough enemies there, and if you... Oh yeah, this is mud, by the way. More purpley than mud than dirt. Jesus. It's more purpley than mud. Yep. We hit the jackpot right here. Oh boy, let me tell you. We hit the jackpot. We can easily make a tungsten pick now. I know that. Now, depending on what ore you find, you'll need multiple of it to make bars. The higher up you get, the more you're going to need to make bars. So right now, I believe it's just 3 right now for iron and tin and copper and lead. I might need 4 tungsten per bar. Might. We're probably gonna head back after this and see what we can make with this. Alright, that's perfect. Now we'll drink this potion. And that takes us back here, and it's night. If that wasn't evident enough. Like I said, this goes in half-an-hour increments. So it pretty much just turned night a few minutes ago. Which is fine. But we're not worried about that right now. We're worried about getting home. Now you may be wondering, how do you craft a home? Or something to make something home? Well, we'll find out later. And we're gonna find out what we can do with this stuff in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Pretty Mine. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you see more of this, because I'm not sure if I'm probably gonna do more of this. If you guys really want to see it, I'll do more of it. This isn't my most favorite game, but I'll do. I can play it. It's not like I'm killing myself if I play it. So let me know if you want to see more of this in the future. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.